Gemma, you lovely lot. Well, I'm back again, and I've been feeling really inspired by my new stash kits. And let me just show you what I did last night. After my video went live, I was sort of hit with a bit of motivation. So this is the first kit, the first page, sorry, I produced from the kit, which was mainly made up of simple stories and some very old papers there. So this is the first one I did. As you can see, I've used lots of my stash there. Then I did this one here, again using the same collection. I also found these alphas there, these stickers, so I used those because they went in nicely with this piece of paper here. Then the next two are scrap lifts from the Facebook group Scrap Squad. So I made this layout then. As you can see, I fussy cut these papers out of this, these flowers out of this paper. And then this one was also a scrap lift from the Scrap Squad. They've had a cyber crop on the weekend, so I was catching up with the challenges I'd missed. So already from that one kit, I've made 4 layouts, and I'm about to make my 5th. Now this paper here is the one that was 15 years old, this ledger one here, and you can't tell, can you? Once it's made up into a page, it doesn't matter how old they are unless they're covered in the date, but that's okay if you were scrapbooking something from that date. So I'm mainly working with quite a lot of offcuts today, and what I did off screen, I backed this cut file, a Paige Evans cut file, with the little tiny offcuts, and such a great way to use up scraps or 6x6 papers back in cut files. Although it's time consuming, it's very relaxing, and you really do make a dent in your stash. So what I've done, I've got a 12x12 piece of cardstock. I've trimmed this yellow piece here with a very faint yellow line on, even though it looks like the screen is going a bit fuzzy. That is actually the pattern on the paper. And the pieces I've cut off then, this was the back of it. This was Jelly Bean Soup from 2011. I'm going to scrapbook this photo here of my niece. Her little one was, he was tiny when he was born. He was very premature. He'd celebrated his 3rd birthday yesterday, and he's an absolute delight. And I'm creating a scrapbook for her birthday actually, and I thought this one would be a perfect one here. So I want to call it Hello Happiness, because she was very ill before he was born as well. So she was actually airlifted to hospital to have him, and then he was airlifted when he was very tiny. He was airlifted home to another hospital. So we had an exciting start. So I'm just going to use this strip here down the side, and this page is going to concentrate on lots of layering because of the fact that I want to use up quite a few of the scraps that I have left. There, so as you can see, I've made a real dent in these. So I haven't got many full sheets left. I've got 4 left now, and there's the backs, and I'm going to use this one and this one to do some layering with. So I'm going to put those to the side. I'm also going to use these ones here, and that's about as far as I've come in my head really. I know I want this to go here because it's not, I think it'd be better down the bottom. And I've got some of the embellishments. I've sorted through some that I want to use. I love this one. This is a homemade embellishment. I had the little wooden jar, and I was just going to use this as the embellishment on the page. And I've just got these other little pieces here, and of course washi tape. Good old washi tape. But, where's it gone? Look at this. It has got an end. There is an end to washi tape. So don't lose hope, folks. You can get to the end of a washi tape reel. I'm now actually throwing that, look at that, in the bin. Oh, that is quite satisfying actually. So I'm going to use this one first, and I'm just going to do some layering on it. You know, it is incredibly satisfying to use up some really old stash, because I do have a little tiny sense of guilt when new packages arrive, and then I'm looking and thinking, oh, look at all that paper that I haven't used. And because I scrapbook in the loft, my husband does have a little bit of a fear that at some point all my craft supplies are going to land on our head when we're in bed because the beams are going to give way. So I've told him to build a new house with much stronger beams if that's the problem. But I think the problem is that I have got quite a lot of stuff. I wouldn't say too much stuff. I'm not going that far, but I've got quite a lot of stuff. And I'm sure that lots of you watching have exactly the same issue. There we go. But it has been a hoard that I have collected over the years. I haven't suddenly gone out and spent an absolute fortune on it. Obviously over the years I probably have. So don't think if you're starting off in scrapbooking that you need everything, because honestly you don't. There we go. So I'm going to bring this back in. I need something across the bottom. I think I'll add some. I'm going to cut some of these, and I've got some of my border punches on my desk. If only you could see the full extent of my desk right now. It's absolute carnage. Because who's got time to clean up when you're in the throes of motivation? There we are. I'm just using an old Stampin' Up border punch, showing the punches some love as well. And for the first time in days, it's actually not raining out there. So I've actually got a bit of sunshine coming in on my desk. Don't adjust the screens, it is true. The sun does sometimes shine in Wales. Lots of people sadly lately have been really badly affected by the storms and the flooding. So it's nice to have a little bit of respite, even though apparently we've got another big storm coming tomorrow night. So there we go. I'm going to add these across here. I'm going to add another one in as well and just cut it a bit shorter. If I'm ever lacking inspiration, which often happens, I love to look at Pinterest. I've got so many pins on there. It's like another hobby, isn't it? That's like another hoarding problem, is Pinterest. But what I do, I organize my pins, and I've got ones then which concentrate on layering, ones which may concentrate on using up cut files. So at least then if I think, right, I'm going to try to use lots of layers on here, I look on my Pinterest board and at least then I can be inspired. I think actually I'm going to put this one on here, and I love this one. This is an EK Success one. I love this, which gives it like a little bulletin book. And I've always got to do it upside down just so I can line them all back up again. And I think I'll concentrate on the yellows. This is a nice easy photo to scrapbook because my niece Sophie is wearing black and Ruben is just wearing white. And there's not many other colours then in the photo. So you can use pretty much anything you like then. Right, so I'm going to stick that one down there. There we are. So this weekend is the Lottie Loves Paper Craft. Lottie Loves Paper, sorry. It's their Cyber Crop weekend, which is free to join in. So if you have a little look on Facebook for Lottie Loves Paper, it is an online community, and I've got a page going live on the weekend for it, which I'm really excited about. So if you're looking for a little bit of inspiration, Cyber Crops are fantastic as well. There we go. And just keep bringing this in all the time just to check that I'm sort of on the right track of where I'm going to position things, because I need that to be slightly higher. So I'm going to stick that down around about there, because there's nothing precise in my scrapbooking. As soon as I need to start measuring and things like that, that's where my head goes, to be honest. I am not a great measurer. And I've got no idea of I've got no concept of spatial awareness either. I am that person that if I want to see if something like a cupboard will fit somewhere, I literally use my arms and then try and walk to see if it'll fit there, instead of just using a tape measure or something. So I've got all these little bits and bob-lobs. So I'm going to put those, I'll put this one here, I think. These are a bit of I find these a little bit of a pain to stick, to be honest, which is probably why I have quite a few of them in my craft box. I'm just going to put that there because I've got some, see, it doesn't sort of stick properly then. I've got some nice little words here. Oh, that's a nice one, total bliss. I love that. So that's going to go on there. Because as I say, after he caused us such worry, and then he arrived so safely, thank goodness. Thank goodness for the NHS too. So I've got this washi tape which says love. And I'm just going to stick that across here. There. And I think, I can't actually remember where that one was from, but I think I've had it some time because I'm finding it slightly hard to stick down sometimes. There we go. I'm going to put this little one up here saying so lovely. And I want to try to use as much of these kits as possible because, to be honest, I don't want to put all the little fiddly bits back in the ephemera boxes that I keep. I want it gone, gone, gone. There we are. So lovely. Then, just to add a little bit of extra layers, I'm going to use this tag because it goes in well with the colours as well. And I've got this little tiny bit of leftover that I'm going to use. This is a fab banner punch from Stampin' Up, and it produces 3 different size banners because I'm not too great at cutting banners. There we go. I'm just going to give that a little bit of a banner bottom, if that makes sense. I'm going to stick that down here then. Stick over this side, I think. I do like adding layers to photos just to build them all up. And also is a great way of using up your offcuts. Oh, would help if I stuck it down straight though. I know to show you what not to do. Let's try and do it from the front this time. There we go. So now I'm going to stick this down as one whole piece. Like that. Just going to move it over to give me space, that's it, to put this down. And for this, I think actually I am going to just add, I tell you what, I'm going to add some wet glue, because when you've got a lot of padded cut files in your album, it does get a little bit difficult to keep shut. And it's harder for people to store, I think, when the bigger they and bulkier they are. There we go. And then I'm going to put this on. This was just a little tiny cut apart piece I had. I'm going to put that here, and I'm going to put his birth date on it. There we are. But look how much stash I've used up now in this layout. And you know, usually in half-term holidays, I take advantage of the fact that I'm home before my husband. I'm usually home before my husband, but then often I misjudge it. I don't think I will use that on there. I don't think it really goes. I'll use him on there. And I usually take advantage and order new stash. But, you know, I haven't yet. I know it was only Tuesday and there's still time, but I'm feeling so motivated by my own stash. I'm going to try to fight the feeling. I'm also doing the same thing with my kitchen cupboards, and I'm making sure I'm eating all the biscuits. That isn't quite so good. So there we go. But I hopefully as well, I've given you a little bit of inspiration. I'm going to cut these down a little bit. To go through and use up that unloved stash perhaps, or not so much unloved but neglected. There we are. I'm just going to add a bit of fine line glue to this. Wood veneers can be quite tricky. I'm going to put it here to stick down. It says hello happiness. And what I'm going to do then out of my little offcuts is I'm just going to cut a few little hearts. And that is pretty much finished. So as you can see, that was really quick. And that is, as I say, because of the fact that I haven't worked out how to do the sped up version and to remove the backing track, because my laptop is like some of my stash and is quite old. I do it in real time. So you can see there, it is quite quick to do. Once you've got all your stash set out, then it gives you the time then, because you've got all your stuff together, gives you the time just to create. Otherwise, I find if I had to do this from scratch, I'd be rooting around, and then you sort of lose the impetus really to do your scrapbook, and then you think, oh, that's it now, I found everything, can't be bothered to do anything else. I'm going to, there we go. So there's my layout. So how quick and easy was that? And another 12 by 12 piece is gone. I've used up all my offcuts. I've broken into some more 12 by 12 papers. I've used lots of stuff from my stash. So we can do it, girls. We can scrapbook the stash we've got. Obviously, we all deserve a reward now and again, but don't give up on your older stuff. Use it, don't lose it. Because as Crafty Jen Shaw, I think her name is, or Scow, she has a great Facebook group, Crafty Use It or Lose It, and a great channel with lots of challenges on as well. There's also another great Facebook group, Rediscover Your Stash. That's all about using up your stash. So come on, let's make 2020 the year we start scrapping our hoard. So I shall see you very soon. Take care. Thanks for watching. Hwyl fawr.